ṣe àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ orúkọ yín tí orí nọ́mbà tí mo fẹ́ pè báyìí.
0806 836 5880 0806 836 5880.
ẹ send orúkọ yín àti ibi tí ẹ ti ń send ẹ then àwọn èèyàn máa get back sí yín láti iléeṣẹ́ wa. fún àǹfààní àwọn tí kò gbọ́ èdè Yorùbá, our organization is called the Business Hub International, and what we do is to work with smart and forward-thinking individuals to help them to generate capital to start either a new business or you want to expand an existing business that you have without taking bank loan. And this event is for credible and smart individuals that would benefit from what we are doing without paying a dime. If you are not selected on this program, you're going to pay a sum of 15,000 naira to benefit from this. So for you to benefit from this, all you have to do is to send your name and your location to
0806 836 5880 0806 836 5880.
òun lẹ ti gbọ́ yìí láti iléeṣẹ́ Business Hub International. kẹ́yìn náà kẹ́ gbé ìgbésẹ̀ ńlọ́kùtù.
ètò máa fẹ́ mo fẹ́ wá tí màá rí ajé ṣe mo fẹ́ wá.
ẹ káàárọ̀ nílùú Ìbàdàn. Solutions 93.9 FM.
Now listen, as a player, you owe yourself, your team, your coach, and your fans good health. Don't joke with your health. Your superpower is your good health.
Yes, sir! Yes, coach! Let's go!
This message is powered by Solutions 93.9 FM.
Okoro. That's a brilliant ball! And Nigeria score! Nazaru Salihu gets it! Oh, that's bounced all the way through! Saudi Arabia equalise! Eli Herbie got there in the nick of time. Maigana runs over it, Salihu plays it in there, heading goalwards and in! Oh, what a strike! Amos Achochi, take a bow! A special, special goal from Amos Achochi. It's a good one, and it's a brilliant header from Hadji. And Saudi Arabia still in the hunt. Swept into the middle, and the referee has pointed to the spot here. And he does! Nigeria needed! Nigeria delivered! From tension to triumph, the Flying Eagles are soaring again in Chile. Heartbreak for Saudi Arabia. They cannot now qualify for the round of 16.
Well, the way the Nigerians are flying Eagles soared last in the wee hours of today at the FIFA Under-20 World Cup ongoing in Chile. And we can say congratulations to the boys, but we've got a game to go. And let us see how the team can maneuver and qualify to the next round. And that's the round of 16 of the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. My name is Oladapo Okunubi. You're welcome to Kickoff Sports Show. Gans is in the building, and you call him. Is he a wizard on a Friday? I'm not sure, but he is Ganzi on a Friday. Abdul Ghani. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Young Striker 9. Good morning to our listener out there. It feels good to be back on the radio this Friday morning. And congratulations to the Flying Eagles of Nigeria getting their first 3 points at the ongoing FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile. Remember, they lost their first game, but of course they bounced back in that game in the wee hours of today against Saudi Arabia. 3-2 was the scoreline. And up next for them will be against Colombia. That will be the early hours of Sunday. If they can get all 3 points in that game, that means the path is now clear for them to the round of 16 of the ongoing tournament.
All right, now if you look at Colombia, Colombia is top in the group.
Yeah.
And it looks like that group is dicey.
Very, very dicey.
And Nigeria had to throw that group open this morning. Colombia drew their game against Norway. Yes, goalless. Look at Norway that defeated Nigeria 1-0. I think we discussed about Nigeria having it difficult against Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Imagine if Nigeria had drawn that game today. Maybe we will say they should just kiss the World Cup goodbyes. But here, how do you think a team that is topping the group will lose against a team that is placed third?
I mean, it's football. Anything can happen. Just like I said, Norway beat Nigeria 1-0, but Colombia, could not beat Norway. It ended goalless in the wee hours of today. So I tell you for free that it's going to be difficult against Colombia, no doubt about it, because they're also in a very precarious situation now. If they lose that game against Nigeria, they might not qualify based on the third placed ranking. Nigeria getting all 3 points would mean having 6 points. If Norway beats Saudi Arabia, that would mean 7 points for them. So Nigeria, Norway through to the next round based on the rankings. But the third best placed teams, that will be what Colombia will be banking on. So it's going to be a keenly contested encounter. I'm sure they are not going to come lose the game. And for Nigeria as well, they should take motivation from the fact that they could beat Saudi Arabia in that fashion. It looked like they were going to draw the game, but at the end of the day, the penalty was awarded, and Daniel Bamei, the captain of the side, converted the penalty. So all things being equal, Nigeria should be filing out with a goal that they want to win against Colombia. If you settle for a draw, you're going to be in a very dicey situation.
I mean, a dicey situation. You have Chile has got 3 points, France has got 3 points, Brazil has got 1 point, Panama 1 point, Cuba 1 point.
Exactly, going into the final game in their respective groups.
All right, so we have to just focus on the Nigeria's Flying Eagles this morning before looking at first half of the show, where we look at other sports, look at tennis, Formula One this morning. But remember, this Kickoff Sports Show live on Solutions 93.9 FM. We're live on Facebook, live on YouTube. You can jump on these platforms and send in your reactions, the same as your comments this morning. You can also send us a WhatsApp message straight to 0904 422 2939. I take the number again, 0904 422 2939. The English Premier League weekend games start tonight, same as La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A, League On, Eredivisie. But remember, last night we had games on the European continent for Europa League and the Conference League. But first, let us look at what will be happening today. Talking Formula One before talking tennis, where Formula One's governing body has declared this weekend's Singapore Grand Prix a heat hazard race. I mean, there's not going to be sanction based on how the drivers will dress, same as how they will perform, but you must not there's heat, but don't heat another car today.
Well, I feel like it's just a warning ahead of the race, for the drivers, just for them to know the kind of atmosphere and the kind of temperatures that would be when the Singapore Grand Prix takes center stage this weekend. And I don't think that should affect those drivers, because they are used to it already. It's not their first rodeo, so I feel like they would also have their own mojo, what they get to do, maybe their own antics, so to say, to cope with the weather condition in Singapore this weekend. But based on whatever it is, I still believe it's going to be a battle between 3 drivers, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, and Max Verstappen. Maybe the likes of Lewis Hamilton should go and queue from the back.
Okay, go and queue from the back. That's what you got this morning. But I just want to see a drama. I want to see drama before the end of the season. I want to see a situation. You have a Lewis Hamilton, either win just one, be on the podium this season, and just throw the race open.
Nah, it cannot throw the drivers, championship open. It can only, give him some sort of solace,
motivation ahead of next year.
There's nothing they can do again. Come on, look at the golfing class. The first driver on the standings, that was Piastri, 324 points, as compared to Lewis Hamilton, is 6th on the log, 121 points. The other person that can win a race and throw, the drivers' championship open is Max Verstappen. That's the other person who can do something.
Okay, but remember, we'll often do something, and maybe Lewis Hamilton went for the money.
But in Formula One, a car that they used to do something.
Use your energy. And remember, it is more of what we're going down this weekend. And for those who will be asking what will it look like today in the Singaporean Grand Prix, it is starting, and we look at how it will end on the 5th of October.
Yeah, the first practice session will be live today, starting by 10:30 a.m. Second practice session by 2 p.m. later today, and of course to come tomorrow, that will be the third practice session before the qualifying race, and the race proper on Sunday, the 5th of October.
So let us see the top 10 that will qualify for the race, and let's just move on and let's talk tennis this morning. Yes, we'll surely be looking at some games already decided and some live update this morning. We have the live update of the battle between Francisco Cerundolo and Andre Manarino. Cerundolo won the first set 7-6 and is trading the second set 2-4. Holger Rune is currently in charge of the game against the Boston Barnes, the 7-5, 5-3. Hugo Humbert and Jonathan Thompson are currently battling each other Well, Humber won the first set 6-3 and trailing the second set 5-6. Anything can happen in this one.
Yeah, definitely. The first set is done and dusted, but in the second set, it's still anybody's game, to take. Jordan Thompson currently taking charge of the game, and it looks like he's going to win that because, it's now 40-40. It was 40-30 before. I thought I was going to get the advantage and just, win. But now it's still pretty much dicey. But for Igor Imbat, even if he loses the second set, he can bounce back in the third set.
All right. And let's also look at another game that just started now. Leon Etienne against Memir Kaminovic is the first set in that one. We've got more games to go down today. Let's look at tough ones. We have Novak Djokovic in action today.
Yeah, Novak Djokovic will be on court against Marin Cilic by 11:30 a.m. And of course, to come later today, the American Taylor Fritz also on court against Fabian Marozsan. 1 p.m. Nigerian time.
All right, well, some winners have already been decided in the Shanghai Rolex Masters in the wee hours of today.
David Goffin already through to the next round, defeating Ben Shelton 6-2, 6-4. And elsewhere this morning, we saw Benjamin Bonzi losing to Gabriel Diallo 4-6. 4-6, not a very good scoreline. Those games were decided at the wee hours of today.
All right, now let's talk about the ladies this morning. It is Friday. With the money you have, think of how you spend it on the ladies, right? That's at the China Open WTA 1000. The month
is too long.
What is this?
Today not 3. And we've got 31 days in October.
Okay, it's different from September.
Yato.
It's just one day. My brother, it's just one day.
Okay, that one day can be the difference
in
your finances.
All right, now Sana Qatar. Well, she's not really having it good against Linda Noskova because she lost the first set 3-6 and currently trading the second set 3-4. So shout out to Noskova. Maybe she can just see how she wraps up in the second set and just go back home. Move to the next round and Qatar goes back home.
Yeah, it looks like a game because she won the first set 6-3 and now looks like she's going to win the second set 6-3 as well because currently it's 4-3. But let's wait and see what happens. But to come later today, 11 a.m., Ima Navarro against Jessica Pegula. That game will also be live later today.
All right, tournament right there in Chile at the Antofagasta, the ATP Challenger, same as in Portugal, the Braga ATP Challenger. But let's just move on this morning and let's talk everything of football on the spot. This morning wasn't a good news for Remo Stars. Yesterday was bad boost for the team, but we move. Yes, we move. And we talk about, looking at other games going down this weekend in the Nigeria Premier Football League. Do not go anywhere.
Sabi dribble, but you no fit dribble past malaria if you no use insecticide treated nets. Malaria dey real low.
This message now from Solutions 93.9 FM.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Kiko Sports Show still live on Solutions 93.9 FM here in the city of Ibadan. And we are transmitting live from our new house, Okeado, Ibadan 100, Obafemi Awolowo Way. For those of you just listening, my name is Oladapo Okunubi Ganzi, the sports Ganzi Abugani on a Friday. He's a sports wizard on on Tuesday and Saturday.
I'm a sports wizard every day.
Okay, you have accepted it.
And every day.
Okay.
No days off.
No days off. Most especially chasing your goal, chasing the moolah. All right, now let's talk about the Nigeria Premier Football League. It was a disappointing outing for Remo Stars and Plateau United in the rescheduled match day 5 and 6 in the Nigeria Premier Football League last night.
Yeah, Abia Warriors defeated Remo Stars convincingly by 2-0. One man is not happy, but he has to move on with his life. And for Abia Warriors, that victory shot them up to the 4th position in the NPFL standings. And elsewhere, Kwara United also were victorious against Plateau United, winning by 2-1. I don't know if you saw the press interview, the post-match interview of the coach of Kwara United after they could not make it past Asante Kotoko.
Yeah, CAF conversations.
A journalist asked him the question saying, Coach, a lot of people have spoken about the fact that your players could not get the goals. You could score 3 goals in Ghana, but in Nigeria you failed to score any goal. What happened? The coach was like, why are you asking me that kind of question? You know the tension is high everywhere. But if I say it's a stupid question, all of you be dragged. Abado frustrated.
You know what they say? I mean, it takes understanding and how to manage professionalism and how to manage pressure. I mean, if you look at what happened at the BB Naija house yesterday, okay, I don't know if you're following the BB Naija 10/10. Faith was evicted because he could not manage
his anger.
It is just more of how we can manage our emotions. You travel to Ghana. We don't know, maybe they went by air or by road. And you look at the pressure coming from the fans of their opponents.
Asante Kotoko.
And how many of the Kwara United fans came out to watch their game?
They even
I remember they played in Abeokuta.
Yeah.
You understand? So do they have fans in Abeokuta? So, and even Remo Stars have to use that same home ground, And but I still feel like it's not an excuse. If you want to be the best, you have to beat the best.
Yeah, it's not even like he's not. I don't think he was sad about the question. It was just the fact that exactly he was, very traumatized. It was a whole lot for him because his team got 3 goals scored away from home, but just to get a goal right in Nigeria was the problem. They couldn't score a goal, and they lost out of the CAF Confed Cup.
I mean, Ganzi, let's look at it. You won the Federations Cup, the President's Federations Cup.
Yeah, they did.
And you knew you'd be playing on the continent. What was the Kwara United board looking at? Same as the Kwara State government looking at, based on their pitch, because they had to. Their pitch was not, certified by CAF. So they knew that should be what they should have put in place, and they knew that they were playing in Abeokuta. Would they have said, okay, our best legs should go away, and or maybe we split them? That question he needs to answer.
See, I feel like we had this conversation then. The final of the President Federations Cup was between Abakali KFC and Kwara United.
They played against a Fuka team.
Yeah, I was even telling you that having these two sides make it to the final of the President Federations Cup, where one of them would represent us on the continent, is not good enough. That means the quality of football we are going to get will not be top notch, and it's indeed happened. If it had been, a club like maybe Shooting Stars. No, I'm not making it for Shooting Stars.
No.
That's not the point. I'm just saying, a bigger side, a side that has played on the continent before and has the facility to host CAF competitions. Maybe all of this will not be happening. So for me, I think it's about the quality of Nigerian football, and not just that, the fact that most club side in the NPFL do not take the President Federations Cup seriously. Remo Stars last season had to forfeit. They said, let's just focus on the league, and eventually they won the league.
Then how much is in the President's Federations Cup?
So
first?
let it be lucrative, let it be very competitive. Then you see all of these clubs show up for different competitions, and they deliver.
All right, well, let's see who will deliver in the Nigeria Premier Football League come this weekend. Tomorrow we have matches, one game going down and other matches on Sunday.
Yeah, tomorrow in Benin, we're going to see Bendel Insurance at the Samuel Ogbemedia Stadium hosting Nasarawa United. And to come on Sunday, plethora of games. Barao FC against the Warri Wolves, Bayelsa United, the Restoration Boys against the Korodu City, the Oga Boys. Also on Sunday, Okenemi Warriors will host Kano Pillars, Ejimba International in Aba against the Rivers United. That has to be the biggest game in the NPFL this weekend. Kwara United against Abia Warriors also on Sunday. Niger Tornadoes hosting Kun Khalifa FC. The Flying Antelopes and Enugu Rangers against the Changi Boys, Katsina United. And of course, Remo Stars will come on the 7th of October against the Wiki Tourists. But tomorrow, on Sunday, Shooting Stars will host the Plateau United in the NPFL. I wait to see what Shooting Stars will do after that shocking victory they got away from home. I never expected that. I never
just say it in I never expected it.
I never expected it.
Okay, so now let's move on and let's also talk about South Africa here. Hugo Bruce is sounding positive. Nigeria is sounding positive. Benin Republic is sounding positive. On the World Cup qualifier group.
Just the ticket, and 3 countries are sounding positive.
I still feel maybe Benin Republic, South Africa stand a better chance than Nigeria. But here, Hugo Bruce has been talking, saying that they can still qualify for the FIFA World Cup. But if you were to be Hugo Bruce, how would you feel should South Africa fail to qualify?
Honestly, it's going to be disheartening. It's going to be very disappointed because when you look at what they've been able to do in the World Cup qualifiers, they've beaten a couple of big name countries in that group, and not just that, they've been able to get the points that put them in a very good position to qualify, only for them to be stripped of 3 points and 3 goals. But they've still got a very good chance. All they need to do is to win the 2 remaining matches they've got to play and hope Nigeria get something in that game against the Benin Republic. If Benin should beat Nigeria and also win their other remaining fixture, that means Benin will get the ticket. And for Saudi Arabia, maybe they're going to relax and go play the playoffs. But if they can win the 2 remaining matches and hope Nigeria gets something, maybe a draw in that game against Benin Republic, then South Africa will get a ticket at the end of the day.
All right. Well, and one of the teams using South Africa as a home ground has decided to take their game away from South Africa. So maybe that is looking tougher than expected. But
honestly, I still believe South Africa will get it. Had it been Benin is not facing Nigeria, maybe I would have given Benin Republic a chance. But Nigeria will not want to lose that game against Benin Republic. I don't think they are going to lose.
Okay.
So South Africa to get it if they can win their 2 remaining fixtures.
All right. Well, remember the next few days we'll be having the FIFA qualifier matches going down, and we wish Super Eagles, we wish Bafana of South Africa, same as.
Why are you wishing all of them?
Wish them all the best, all the best. I mean, we just want to see.
Nigeria supposed to wish the best.
No. Here it is just more of the teams that can represent Africa well. Because it will be disappointing if Nigeria qualifies and fail to get out of the group stage. Because everything we always have at the back of our mind, we want to get to the round of 16. We want to get to the round. I mean, you never hear England.
They pass that place.
We don't say we want to go and win the World Cup. France will say they want to win the World Cup. I mean, Brazil will always say they want to win the World Cup. Argentina will say they want to win the World Cup. Have you ever heard an African team say they want to win the World Cup?
Maybe Morocco.
Okay. I hope they will not come out to say Morocco. All right, now let's go and talk about the Europa League. After last night's game, it's like, can we say Angel Postecoglou got the right job at the wrong time or the wrong job at the right time?
Honestly, he got the right job at the wrong time because Nottingham Forest would have been a very good rebound for him after he was sacked from Tottenham Hotspur. But then you look at what has happened with Nottingham Forest, the issue or the fallout between Marinakis and Nuno Espirito Santo. And, I was saying it to the Yoruba version of the show earlier today that it's not really about Espirito Santo not understanding how to coach Nottingham Forest. It's about the relationship that went bad between himself and the owner of Nottingham Forest. And now Ange Postecoglou came on board. He's a new manager. It takes time for the players to understand his own philosophy, his own style of play. And remember, a couple of players in that Nottingham Forest team might actually, have a soft spot for Nuno Espirito Santo, based on the way he was asked from the team. And I say, I'm not going to show up for Ange Postecoglou. Let's wait and see if the owner will not fire him as well. So I think it's a matter of giving Postecoglou time. And he has a saying that he always wins something in the second season. This is first season, so maybe they have to be patient for him until next season before he can deliver a title.
All right, now let's listen to Angel Postecoglou after his team fell at home 2-3 against FC Midtjylland.
Yeah, hugely disappointing. We just didn't deal with certain things well tonight, especially in that first half. Just some key moments that we let ourselves down badly and end up chasing a game that we really should have been in control of. Yeah, we that was the opportunity, but then we conceded another poor goal. So, I think even before they scored that, we were comfortable. But that's been the story of our games recently. We let ourselves.
Well, but a different tale. That was Angel Postecoglou. But a different tale for Aston Villa manager Unai Emery. I mean, his team is struggling in the English Premier League, but had to get a win on the road against Robbie Van Persie's Feyenoord.
Yeah, a good one for Unai Emery. They started the Premier League season on a very bad note. Before they could even get a goal scored, it took a while, and now they've registered 3 victories back to back. Remember the 1-1 in the UEFA Europa League before winning over the last weekend of the Premier League, and now another victory yesterday in the Europa League against Feyenoord away from home, 2-0. And the captain of the side, John McGinn, scored again for them. Good one, but let's listen to the voice of Unai Emery after that sweet victory over Feyenoord last night.
My expectation was more or less tough, like was the match, and how we were ready to compete and to be resilient sometimes was very important. And the test we had today was fantastic test. And we struggled the first half. They had some chances. The goalkeeper was playing fantastic. We had as well a moment to get their box, but not so clear. And the second half, we changed a little bit, dominated more, stopping them the press, and they're progressively as well getting confidence and getting their box and scoring goals. Of course, it's a very fantastic win, and we competed fantastic, well adapting of them. The atmosphere was a huge atmosphere to as well to be always stand up in everything was happening.
Well, Emery, we're fantastic, and it is good evening. But let's go straight and talk about the Conference League. Crystal Palace is unbeaten this season.
Yeah, great one for Crystal Palace. Oliver Glasner, one of the managers who have won the Europa League before. Remember, I won it with Frankfurt, and now he's doing the Lord's work at Crystal Palace. And I don't know what the kind of team Crystal Palace is. They lost Mikel Olise. We thought it was going to be difficult for the other players to catch up. Eze also left for Arsenal, and they are still firing on all cylinders. But of course, we've got the voice of Oliver Glasner, the head coach of Crystal Palace, speaking after the victory over Dynamo Kyiv, 2-0 last night.
We controlled the game completely until the red card. Then I think they had a little bit more possession without being really dangerous and able to score goals. And we scored nice goals with other opportunities to have a lead by 1 or 2 goals more. But performance was very well, very, very focused and deserved win. And so for me, it's not
a deserved win. We wish the team. I just hope that when they get back to the English Premier League, it will not tell on the team.
I don't think so. I think they are just a very good side this season. But before we leave the European competitions, I don't know if you saw the game between AS Roma and Lille last night.
The goalkeeper saving 3.
That was crazy. It was not like he saved 3 penalties. This was what happened. The guy played the first penalty kick, he saved it, but the referee was like, nah, you've committed a foul. Maybe his leg was not where the leg was supposed to be. He retook the penalty. The keeper saved the gate. The third time, the keeper like the guy was destined not to score that penalty yesterday. I've never seen something like that before.
So everything worked against
AS Roma.
Yeah. And they played at home in Italy. So I think Nottingham Forest fans should just try and take solace.
I don't really use this crowd yesterday.
All right, let's talk about the English Premier League. I mean, one of the biggest games going down this weekend. Okay, so I got a message from the Chelsea fan that always follows us.
The pastor
Akinfenwa said Chelsea can now return to winning ways. Let me check the message.
I think he said 5 games back to back for them. That's when he can get to Jersey.
But unfortunately, his team did not win 3 games back to back.
Can they still try again?
No. What can we do?
I don't know.
We'll talk about that on Saturday. Say, how are you today? Just to let you know that Chelsea will start winning from tomorrow. # winning machine. # champions of the world.
Now Liverpool now on face tomorrow. Hope it's a pastor.
Okay, and I think that game is going down 5:30.
Yeah, tomorrow.
But talking about the London Derby, Arsenal, West Ham United. A coach. I mean, people were dragging Gyökeres that he could not score back to back, but. I mean, for Mikel Arteta believes that maybe the game against West Ham United, because maybe also Nuno Espirito Santo got West Ham United's job at the wrong time.
No, I feel like Nuno Espirito Santo will do well at West Ham United. They've got a relatively average squad, and for Arsenal, you expect them to win against West Ham tomorrow. They're playing at home, and not just that, you expect Gyökeres to score maybe 2 goals in tomorrow's encounter, based on the fact that Saka is back. He has a lot of supplies now from the right-hand side of the attack to the left-hand side. So the supplies will be coming in for him. Let's wait and see if he's going to get a goal tomorrow.
But for coach Nuno Espirito Santo, believes that his team is facing a better side, but they can bounce back.
That we have to solve. We've been working. I think we improve in the last game. Still a problem with second phase, but it's something that we are really concerned and trying to address. We have to solve it in nowadays.
I mean, solving the problem of area balls, they've conceded a lot of headers, but tonight
they are facing a very good side in area ball.
You get where I'm going to. But Bournemouth will be playing against Fulham tonight, and we know Calvin Bassey, Alex Iwobi all celebrated. Celebrated Nigeria's Independence Day right there in Fulham. But we also hope that this game should be in London. I think Bournemouth is also in London.
No, it's not in London. I don't think so.
Okay,
I don't think so.
But if you look at Fulham, how they played and against the Bournemouth, are they missing any key players? No, just Rodrigo Muniz of Brazil and Tete. But looking at Bournemouth,